Welcome officially to the Foundations of Business Strategy. I'm very excited to have you with me as we start the course. Over the next 6 weeks, we will learn a set of tools in our toolkit to make you effective strategic analysts. I'd like to begin with talking about some of our course logistics. Every week is structured as a module and has a very similar format. We'll begin each week with an introductory video, similar to the one you are watching right now. Then I ask that you read a reading coming from our Strategist Toolkit. These are different tools that you'll be learning throughout the course of the term, and each week you'll learn 1 or 2 new tools to add to your toolkit. Then I ask that you then view a series of lectures that we put together that tell you about the tools as well and how they can be applied, but also broaden your knowledge about strategic analysts and also competitive markets. After you complete the lectures, I ask that you then do a quiz. These weekly quizzes are there to help test whether you're internalizing the information in the videos. For some of you, these quizzes might be quite challenging, but I ask all of you to give it an attempt and do the best that you can with those quizzes. After you complete the quizzes, we then pivot to our case discussion. Each week we'll be discussing a different company and asking a series of questions about those companies. I ask that you use the discussion forums to have a conversation with your fellow classmates here about those companies. Each case asks you to apply 1 or 2 of the tools from your toolkit as well, so you begin to have familiarity with how to apply them in a real-world context. I encourage all of you to form study groups, what we would call learning teams here at Darden. If you're able to do so in a physical location and meet, that would be wonderful, but of course if you're unable to do so virtually. Small group discussions about the cases is a real powerful way to hone your strategic thinking skills, and then to bring it to the larger forums to explore on a larger basis what people are thinking about the cases. I always like to say, with many of the questions that you're going to be asked for these cases, there's no right answer necessarily associated with them, but there are clearly better answers than others and better arguments that can be made than others. So the study groups and then the larger forums are an opportunity for you to hone your argumentation and once again your strategic thinking skills. We'll end each week with a debrief video. This video is an opportunity for me to reflect on the case and share some insights that I might have about that case, and also an opportunity for me to respond to questions that you might have about the materials we covered that week. Now, for this week, our first week, we're going to be doing an introduction to strategic analysis and also talking about this notion of competitive markets and how that affects the ability for companies or other organizations to be successful. We're going to do a live case discussion of Google. And what do I mean by a live case? A live case tends to be very short in terms of its write-up, and it's dealing with a company right here, right now. So in the case of Google, we'll be discussing their current competitive position and what we think is going to likely happen to them moving to the future here. I encourage and ask that all of you go and get information from the internet or from other sources about Google. A great place to start is the annual report for Google, which is available online. You'll be asked to apply 2 of your tools from your toolkit. These are very simple but very powerful tools, a competitor analysis and an environmental analysis. Now, at the end of the term, you're going to be asked to do a final project, apply a strategic analysis of an organization of your choosing. This final project will serve, in essence, as your final exam. There is no final exam quiz or the like at the end of the term. Once again, you get to choose the organization that you analyze. Now, as part of this course, we're doing a pilot where I've encouraged entrepreneurs, small businesses, nonprofit organizations to register for the course and offer up the opportunity, if they would like, for you to do an analysis of their organization. Once again, the choice is yours, but the forums will provide an opportunity for you to perhaps identify projects that you might like to work on. Finally, I'd like just to end here to give some thank yous. A course like this takes many people working collaboratively to pull off. We have 2 teaching assistants for this course, Adrian and Sam. They will be participating in the discussion forums, monitoring them and participating on occasion. So thank you to them. I also want to give a particular thank you to the Darden Media team here. Gary, Kyle, Chris, Fred, and the whole team here who put a lot of work in helping to create the materials that we're using for this course. And then finally, I want to thank the Darden School of Business and the University of Virginia for supporting this effort as we go forward, and especially recognize Kristen and her team for their tireless efforts in making this a reality. Let me end by just saying that I'm really looking forward to this term. I'm excited about what we're trying to do and exciting to work with all of you as I develop and we develop our tools and our skills as strategic analysts. Thank you.